What's up, guys? Coach Scott, Coach Joe, here for the weekly video. Answer the questions that you guys want to hear. So Joe's going to read off a question that came in from a viewer, and we're going to answer it.
So the question this week, Scott, is how long will it take to get to my goals by Phil?
Oh, that's a good one, Phil, and a really deep, long question.
Sure.
So we can break this down individually, who you are. So let's start with weight loss. We'll talk weight loss. If you are an individual that, let's say, wants to lose 10, 20 plus pounds, we can go into that and say, let's say maybe about 1 pound to 2 pounds per week is healthy. And we can, let's say on the 2 pounds per week, we can say they're going to lose about 8 pounds per month, right? And kind of take that route. What do you think? Do you think 2 pounds is too fast, or do you think it's a good?
I think 2 pounds can be sustainable, assuming that it's done, the correct way with proper diet and exercise.
Okay, so keeping it at that, if you have big goals and you want fast results in 2 months and you're wanting to lose 50, 60 pounds, we're not going to give you that route right now, okay? So my whole point is you want to kind of map out your plans. When Joey's just talking about nutrition, that's going to help you get your goals faster. Your training program, that's going to help you get your goals faster. So put all those together, and that's going to help you chart out your route. So let's just say you're losing 2 pounds per week, 8 pounds per month. On a very generic scale, that is a way that you can map out if it's a weight loss goal. Joe, what about a strength goal?
Yeah, that's a hard one because some people are going to they're having easier time accomplishing strength goals. Some people are going to have an easier time accomplishing endurance goals. It's going to have a lot to do with your genetic potential, how well you move. There's a ton of different factors that come into play. And it also is going to depend on what type of lift you're working on, right? So if you're going to be doing a deadlift, which you're using a lot of muscles for, you're probably going to be able to progress faster on that than something like a strict press or a push-up or something like that. So you have to take it into account. And I think that we probably have to have some sort of data from someone to have a good idea of what a realistic strength goal would be. Because someone just walking right in the gym, we don't know, are they going to be an easy gainer, right? Or are they going to be a hard gainer?
Yep.
And you'll figure out where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are, how much you have to push on certain things in order to make those goals realistic. Because some of these things, I haven't had a strength gain in my back squat in a few years. Maybe I could have worked harder at it, but it's hard to say, and it depends on a number of different factors. I like to say set up yourself for a 3-month goal on something that in your mind sounds realistic. You can close your eyes and see yourself accomplishing that in that period of time.
Gotcha.
And you could tell someone, I could tell you, Scott, hey, I'm gonna squat 435 pounds by July.
Okay.
And for me, so an example is that's a 10-pound PR over my current squat PR. I could see myself doing that if I really focused on it.
Totally. I think the work effort, or just kind of the workload that you're willing to put into it also puts a huge, determines how fast or to predict when stuff is going to happen. But like Joe was saying, when it comes to strength, you can't really predict that at all. You can do the work, you can put in the reps, you can put in the time, but you can't say, hey, I for example, the same thing. My back squat hasn't gone up, and it's actually gone down in 2.5 years because I've switched some technique. But that, I put it in time. Maybe I can probably put more time in, but it's all determined on, I think, your genetic potential also, how fast people. I think newer people also get to their goals a little bit sooner also. compared to somebody that's been kind of in the game a little bit longer, lifting and performing. So really hard question, Phil. But individually, we can always sit down with somebody and, you know, on paper, write out what that goal should be and when it should be achieved. But it's actual that you can't actually pinpoint and guarantee that a goal will be achieved.
Yeah, but that's a good point. If you have a goal that you're trying to achieve, it's best to sit down with someone that has dealt with that a lot, like Scott or myself, and we could talk about where you're at right now, where you want to be, and then some realistic goals to set for yourself. 110% believe that you should have goals. It's just figuring out what is a realistic timeline for those goals. And some of them you'll hit and some of them you won't, and that's totally fine. It just comes back to, you know, several different factors that sometimes you don't know what they are.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is that you don't give up. So just because you don't lose your 10 pounds in, you know, a month and a half, 2 months, doesn't mean you stop. Or just because you don't, you know, PR your back squat in a year and a half or whatever, doesn't mean you quit. So keep on moving, keep on moving forward, and I think that's the thing that matters in the big picture of it all.
Absolutely.
Cool. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Joe always reminds me, remember, we got a week pass and we want you to come in and play with us. Great time to pick our brains and also establish goals if you have some goals that you'd like to meet. Summertime's getting close, so we'd love to meet you.
Yep, now is the time for summer, guys.
Beach season has started. All right, guys, hey, have a great week. We'll see you later.